Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Last time we kicked off the Crystal Tower raids with the Labyrinth of the Ancients after a rather lengthy fetch quest, and hello, I did not even notice that, hi. If that looks oddly familiar to those of you who've played a certain game that's not Final Fantasy XIV, there's a reason for that, but we won't see it for a long time, unfortunately, sad to say. Anyway, it's time to continue with For Prosperity. That's an interesting quest. Actually, I think this quest was the last quest of the original release of the Crystal Tower, and then the next quest actually gives us the next mission. The Fellowship of Noah being accounted for, it is time this assembly was called to order. Rambaros will be presiding over the meeting. If you would be so kind as to inform him of your readiness to proceed. I suppose, wow, this was a short quest. Check that out. Just go to person A, go to person B. Welcome back, Dekumon. I have just been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none the worse for the experience. For your reference, I have added my own notes to Graha's preliminary expedition report and begun compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available to you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, if there are no objections, I shall begin with a summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. Okay. Sure. I'm guessing this is going to go into cutscene, yep. Should've known. Well, in the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of the Crystal Tower, we succeeded in neutralizing the structure's outer defenses before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire. Yeah, those outer defenses took most of the freaking time, to be honest. Sheesh. According to Dekumon's account, the labyrinth's defenses were most emphatically active. Disturbingly, his report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by Allag technology. In short, our misgivings were well founded. The Crystal Tower was not simply thus above ground by the chaotic shifting of Earth, it has somehow been reawoken. If, as seems increasingly likely, the Tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, we will have no choice but to contain them. Short of leveling the place, this will almost certainly involve returning its mechanisms to a state of dormancy. To do that, however, we will first need to address the question of how they work, the answer to which must surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go. A task rather easier said than done, if the perils of the labyrinth are any indication. Then I move that all further exploration of the tower be delayed until such time as an exhaustive analysis of the structure's defenses has been completed. Master Garland, may I entrust this task to you? It would be my pleasure. Don't forget about us! It's like you said, Chief. We founded the Ironworks to make sure the technology was used for the right reasons, and that means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end. Ah, you guys, lads. Well, I hope you're ready for some backbreaking chores. Well, everything seems to be in hand here, so I shall take my leave of you for the present. If I am to witness this valiant tale unfold with mine own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. Well, you got like 2 minutes, dude. That's all you get. You'll do nothing of the sort, Graha. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garland's investigation. You've been denied! The pouty face there, wow. As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Pray do not mistake my intent, Dekumon. I am well aware that I shall never be a match for one with your innate talents, however hard I train. Be that as it may, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disuse during the coming pause. We will need you fighting fit if our subsequent forays are to prove as productive as this one. Mark me, we have not yet caught more than the briefest glimpse of that which time has obscured. Soon, however, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Allag Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring this assembly to a close. Let us all focus on the tasks at hand, that our next expedition may begin all the sooner. Meeting adjourned. Yeah, that quest was definitely not part of the original release. That one was definitely, or I should say that one was definitely part of the original release. It was not part of
the second release high. Great. See what I mean about leaving the door wide open?
Such a terrible mess. Yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. One cannot help but be impressed. I'm beginning to understand the reliance you place on adventures, old friend. Jeez. So, this is the legacy the Garlean Empire left behind. If my readings are correct, the energy source waiting atop this tower is a match for even the Ultima weapon. Nay, more than a match. A new toy for me to play with.
Oh crap, Garlean. Nero! Oh shit.
I believe the fates had conspired to deny me my just rewards once again, but it would seem they had a greater destiny in mind for me. And so long as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream lives on, Cid. Do not disappoint me.
Ooh, that evil grin there. Like I said, moment we left the door open. Yeah. Anyway, time for the next quest in the line, Circus Tower. What are you two arguing about? What's the matter? He wants to go off and train again?
Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower.
Well, you've been gone all of like 5 seconds, so we haven't gone very far.
Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I am ashamed to say there is nothing worthwhile to report. The Suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside it. You will recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially. In like manner, the entryway into the principal spire, Circus Tower the Allegans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Cid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we're at a loss.
It is discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry to the tower, I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste, but I have a mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand.
Perhaps we could be of assistance.
Huh?
And you are?
Exactly. Okay, who are you two? Whoa. Red eyes, take caution.
Be at ease, friends, for we share the self-same goal. I am Unei, and my companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Allagan civilization, sent by the students of Baldessian to assist in your endeavor.
Unei and Doga. Rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing, but I digress. You claim to be here at the students' behest, but we have received nary a word of your coming. Moreover, in light of the recent incident at the Isle of All, I should think that they have rather more pressing concerns.
We can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I can assure you that we are here to help.
Oh. Dude, are you pulling a cloud on us? What is it, Graha?
'Tis nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well, this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same? You have the Allagan eye as well. This sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to the Allagans, yet I inherited it from my father, as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I have sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell us. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound by fate to Allag. As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. It seems to me we have naught to lose by accepting their aid. What say you?
I say, yeah, what the hell? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I am still mean to verify your story with the students of Baldessian when I am able. I trust there will be no objections. Very well. As of this moment, I name Unei and Doga advisory members of Noah. Without further ado, let us have them examine the circus tower entrance. I promise you'll not have cause to regret your decision. Dekumon, I should be much obliged if you were to accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels. The 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation.
Another nod for the pile.
I shall join you, Dekumon. With Unei and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion, I am hopeful that we will finally see some progress.
Oh, goodness. So now we've added 2 new members of Noah, Unei and Doga. Alright, let's head to the tower. I wonder if these 2 have actually managed to figure anything out about the Sentinels yet.
Well, if it isn't Dekumon, eager to enter Circus Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've already heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. New friends from the students, you say? Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather no going, for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him.
Well, that's a door. That is an imposing door. Holy cow. Jesus, the size of this thing compared to Sid.
Holy shit. What the hell were they taking in here, giants?
Yeah, that door is obscenely oversized. Makes me wonder what they were actually dragging through here.
Ah, some old faces to lift the spirit. And a couple of new ones beside. Allow me to introduce Unei and Doga. They are scholars of ancient Allag, sent here by our friends of Baldessian to aid the investigation. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. It is our hope that we can be of some small assistance. If your attires ought to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed.
Yeah, we've got some odd outfits there.
Compared to everyone else. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Circus Tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is, we can't get it to open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via more orthodox methods, I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a magitech cannon. Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 sentinels, but that doesn't make it any less effective as a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. It's a locked door. The only clue we have is the elaborate device carved upon it, a man and a woman respectant, Allagan royalty by my judgment. Precisely who these individuals were we cannot say, nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it is purely decorative.
Or not. Maybe you 2 idiots are the key. You know? A man and a woman, both with the Allagan eyes. Are you gonna be able to open this thing? Oh my god, they are gonna be able to open this, aren't they? Just walk up and go, open, says us.
If you'll think of forcing it, save your strength. It's no use. Just ask the calluses on my hands. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed. Why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord?
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely something funky about you 2. Wow. Yep. The door! She is opening! She is, oh geez. Yep, that's a thing there.
I don't think any of us expected that to happen. 7 hells. What is this? What did you do? What are you? Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Oh. Its virtue guarded by gates impregnable, only to those of royal blood answerable. Exactly as passed down through legend, I am delighted to see.
So who is this? Oh, that's Nero. Oh, sorry for the wrong voice, dude. I had no idea you were gonna be here.
Beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Nero, you're still alive! Garland, if I didn't know better, I would say you weren't happy to see me. But I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is all for intents and purposes defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land Eorzea, a regular itinerant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. After the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? Jeez. If you are suspicious of my intent, 'tis only my just deserts, but I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these two odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was the symbol of ancient Allag's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys.
So how did these two open it?
You mean to say that these two are descended from Allagan royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty, living keys born of Allagan ingenuity.
They're clones? Holy shit. Allagans are crazy people.
Clones, I believe, is the name your creators gave your kind. Is that not so?
Wow, you guys knew a lot to be able to pass as members of the students.
'Twould seem the time for concealment is past. Pray accept our apologies. 'Twas not our intent to deceive. We simply wish to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it pleases you, let us return to the 8 Sentinels. There is much and more to tell.
But the door's open. I want to go exploring. You're gonna make me talk more, aren't you? Fine. Fine, I'll go through all your talking.
Very well.
Still don't trust you, Nero. 7 hells, do you seriously mean to follow us around?
Come, Garland, you know me better than to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? Maybe I have some flowers here for you. Oh, an Allagan tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you, and a deal more besides. It used to be the jealously guarded property of the 14th Legion, but it's yours now. I wish you the joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend.
Yeah, don't trust him worth a damn. Seriously don't, Sid. Alright, Unei and Doga.
If you are ready to listen, we shall tell you all. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your leader Rambaros may wish to be present.
I don't know, do we really call him the leader? I thought Sid was in charge. I mean, sure, if we want to call Rembros the leader, we can do that. Alright, you two fakes, spill it.
Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you will have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Baldesion. Nay, we are clones, copies of people who once existed, given life through Allag technology.
This is a rather lot to take in. If it will not be considered unseemly, might I ask why you and yours were created, and more specifically, what it is that you now seek to do?
Answering your questions requires that we revisit Allag history. Pray bear with us, this will take a while.
There's a lot of it.
The Allag Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall as the symbol of Allag pride. Parents took their children there, that they might learn how the nigh limitless energy it produced brought prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of
Doga's the guy, right?
In a matter of generations, the Allag civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into disrepair, and its frontier lands were given over to the wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it his mission to restore Allag to greatness. Amon was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted but for a potent ruler, and none was more potent than its founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You cannot meet Emperor Xande. None other. As part of his experiments, Amon created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment, copies of Unei and Doga.
Historical texts mention the reigns of two Allag emperors named Xande. It was commonly believed that the second was the namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike. To think that the two were in fact one and the same.
Aye, Xande returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more. And true to Amon's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. Would that he could have been satisfied with that, however. In his previous life, the Emperor decided to bring the entire world under Allag domination, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Xande turned his sights toward a forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility.
Oh shit. Oh, I saw that grin on Nero's face.
Darkness? Again? Seven hells, what is it with megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness in their lust for power? Well, the light doesn't seem to work all that well.
Fair enough.
Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all.
Would that you were right, Master Garland.
Crap. He's in there. He is still in there, isn't he?
Alas, Emperor Xande is very much alive. Within Circus Tower he still abides, his ambition burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse.
What, is there a life support system somewhere in the tower? Ooh.
Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment the shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it to the tower below.
Oh. Dalamud was here for the Crystal Tower's purpose? I thought it was just Bahamut's prison.
However, a miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered in the Fourth Umbral Era. In the blinking of an eye, the mighty Allag Empire was laid to waste. Yet even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Amon, now Emperor Xande's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. In that state they were to remain until the time was ripe to awaken,
And that time happened to be the Calamity, when the freaking Crystal Tower was unearthed and rose up from the ground. As soon as the sun started shining on it, I'll bet everything started waking up. Yep.
Eris came and went. After millennia lying dormant, Talamud was summoned back to the earth. Its descent triggered the Seventh Umbral Calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. At that moment, Emperor Xande awakened.
Oh, there he is, hiding at the top of it.
In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized.
Jeez. Guy's determined, I'll give him that.
'Tis for no other purpose but to put an end to Xande's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we have inherited for our namesakes, the true Unei and Doga. Fearing what might befall the world, the two of them sought to thwart their emperor. They gave unto us their will, that we might carry on their mission should they fall.
When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action. Concluding that we alone could not overcome Xande, we struck out to find a worthy ally. It has taken years, but our search is finally over. 'Tis no ordinary man who can cut a path through the labyrinth of the ancients. With you as our champion, Dekumon Let's Play, we are confident that we can end Xande's dark ambition once and for all.
So of course, it's up to me again. Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon. Setting my chagrin aside, I see now why you knew about the students of Valdesian among a host of other things. You were observing our investigation the whole time.
So what will you do, Dekumon?
The world's in grave danger again, and it just so happens you're an expert at saving it. I mean, come on, like you're gonna ask? Yeah, exactly. Come on, you no way we're gonna turn this down.
You have our eternal gratitude. Together, let us see the Allag Empire's dark past laid to rest. It has been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allag civilization, but what worth is that knowledge if it means subjecting the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that the tower's secrets may become lost to us, but the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics can compare to our friends Unei and Doga, living, breathing Allagans. And so, I hereby declare a change to Noah's objective. Henceforth, we shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Sirkis Tower. Its dark secrets must never know the light of day. Dekumon, as you did for us within the Labyrinth of the Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Xande himself. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Sirkis Tower from the outside world. To work then.
So the plan is to seal the tower up after I tromp through it and kill everything, huh? Sounds good. I can do that. Should be no problem, to be honest. Nero's probably like, God damn it. God damn it. I wanted to get up there.
What's up, Graha? You're worried about something, aren't you?
Wait, there is something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does that mean...
Oh, you're worried you're a clone. Oh, that's a heavy burden to put on somebody.
You inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern.
Oh,
the Allag eye, you called it, but to us it is the royal eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those possessed of royal blood.
Oh, so he's got Allagan royalty blood. Huh, cool.
I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience. All will be revealed in due time.
Wow. There were some heavy revelations there. Speak with Grahatia at the 8 Sentinels. I'm surprised we're still going with the yapping. Alright, dude. We're off.
My apologies if I've given you cause to worry. I'm quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there's been much for me to think on. But now is the time for action, not idle thoughts. Sickest Tower awaits us.
And stoic nods all around.
Your task is to eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Sande himself included. This will afford us the chance to seal off the facility. May the crystal grant you strength.
Yep, we're finally making it in to Circus Tower. Alright, time to pop up the duty finder. Now, if you haven't realized it at this point, judging by the names of the characters we've been seeing, the Crystal Tower raids are a big nod to old Final Fantasy games. In fact, a lot of the Alliance raids tend to be nods to old Final Fantasy games. I think this one in particular is like a humongous homage to Final Fantasies 2 and 3. Someone can feel free to correct me on that, because I'm not a big authority on the old Final Fantasies, I think. So that one's definitely hard for me to place. All right, Circus Tower. Having secured a path through the Labyrinth of the Ancients, the Fellowship of Noah finds itself before the entrance to the Crystal Tower proper. With the aid of their new companions, Unei and Doga, the companions succeeded in opening the gate whose workings had baffled even the brightest minds among them. Upon learning that dark forces have awakened within, the Fellowship decides to suspend its investigation efforts in favor of sealing off the tower. You must fight your way to the apex and defeat the resurrected Emperor Xande, that Eorzea might be free of his all-consuming ambition. And you'll notice the item level jumped up 20 slots on this one. This was originally a 50 for Labyrinth of the Ancients, now it's a 70.